Okay, hello class. I'm going to do a little review of the case study one because my video recording from Zoom got corrupted. So let's get started. So I have a folder here called case study one, and in this folder, I'm supposed to have everything. Oh, there you go. So in this folder, I have all my Excel files that I'm going to need for my OLTP and all the other resources. So here what I'm going to need first, we're going to create a course project working with the Chicago inspection, food inspection. All right, so we had to do, in order to create our case study, we need to create a OLTP with multiple data, right? And then after we had uploaded, we had to create a OLAP, right? The data warehouse, and import the data from the online transactional OLTP. Okay, from the regular database OLTP. All right, so that's the process that we need to do. It is a little long, but and actually it helps you to do all the steps from your how to go from the beginning to the end process of creating a data warehouse. Very good. So let's go start with the beginning. I'm going to go to my regular here, SQL Server 2012. That's what I have. If you, any chance in the future, download any other one, the process is the same. All right, might have a few variations, but the process is the same. Well, the first thing that we need to look at this before we do mistakes, I cannot be in the analysis services, reporting services, or integration service. I have to be in my regular database engine. All right, here I have my server and I'm going to connect. All right, so I said that I had to create, I'm going to open here my database. I already have so many. So I'm going to call my demo food inspection because I have too many. You should call it food inspection. So here I'm going to right click. I'm going to select new database. I'm going to call my demo food inspection that I inspection. All right, and here for the ownership of the database, I'm going to go and add myself in it. So let me go here, browse. I'm going to select myself, Monica, and then system administrator. That's it. Okay, okay, and okay. So if I go and refresh, and I go to my demo food inspection here, if you go look at the tables, I don't have anything. So the first thing that we need to do is create a new table or import, because we're not creating a table. Actually, if you go to my resources, the way we're going to do it is, since I already have here all my files, my Excel files could be flat files, access files, other Oracle files, since I have these Excel files. And pretty much when you go online and you look for data, if you go to .gov or a data, usually the data come either in an SVS file or an Excel file. So I'm going to go and import this. So I'm going to import 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tables. So I'm going to go to task, import, next, here's my wizard. For the data source, I am working with Excel. If I was working with Oracle, with SQL Server, Access flat file. So my case is Excel. Very important that Excel has different versions. The one that I'm using is this 97-2003. So if you have a different version, you either have to convert the file or look for the version that matches the Excel file you have. So this is mine. So we're just gonna go. Are gonna go and upload one file at a time. The first is business features. That actually can I I'm kind of copying the name in there because I'm gonna have to rename this. Okay, so here next, you don't select anything, just select next, 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 and finish. So very easy, you don't have to select anything and you close. So if you go here and refresh, you go to the tables and you should see a table there. However, this table doesn't have the name that I want for my table. So I'm going to right click and rename. And actually I'm going to paste that features there. So now I have my first table. So I'm going to go and proceed with all the tables. You are going to do all of them, but you can skip that to the next step. So I'm just going to go and make sure that I upload. You get to see it, but if you are good with this, you kind of understand. You can move forward to the next task. So I'm gonna here table. This one is business license. Next one is final full inspections. This is a bigger table, so it's going to take a little longer. Okay, so perfect. If I go refresh, table, I uploaded that one and I am going to rename this and take the percentage on the back. All right, so the next one is food inspection violation. Finish. Food underscore inspection underscore violation. Violation or violations? No violation. Okay. So the next one is food inspections. next, 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 finish. So this is food underscore inspections. Inspections, perfect. Now the last one is inspector, and actually I misspelled in there, but that's okay. Okay, close, refresh, table, and the last one we're going to rename inspectors. All right, so I'm done with my database, my OLTP. So now that I have my OLTP created here, I have uploaded my files, the data, right? I have created uploaded a table with the data, right? I'm ready to create my data warehouse. So I'm gonna go create a new table, and this I'm gonna call it demo food inspection DW because I have too many. So you just call food inspection DW. So just adding again ownership to these tables. Okay, okay, and refresh. And I'm just going to minimize it because I don't need to use this for now. So I'm just going to go and minimize. I minimize that. All right. So now I'm going to go to my data tools and I am going to start by creating the table. So I'm going to create integration services package tool project. I'm sorry. So let's go here to Microsoft SQL Server. And now I just going to open my data tools. So here I'm going to create a new project called demo food inspection DW. Make sure that when you look at the location, that's where the default project will be saved. So if you need to give me the folder, zip the folder with a project, that's where you should look where you save in your projects. All right, so it's going to say, okay, make sure that you have integration service selected and integration service project. All right, so good. There you go. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go here to my package. So I have everything here. Fine. So I have it here, a package, the default package. And what I wanted to do with this, I want to rename this package because I want this package to reflect what process he is doing. The package, what is the package process is doing? So what is he's doing? So in my case, I want to create DW. So I'm going to create the tables for my data warehouse. So I'm going to call my package create DW. You can change the name by right clicking, right? And select rename, or if you have the properties window, you can actually change the naming there. Don't forget that you have to leave the .ds SSIS extension. All right, so I have my create package. The first thing before I can grab anything, a data flow, the executable task, I had to add my connection. So here in the bottom, when it says connection manager, we actually had to connect to the server that holds my OLTP and my OLAP. So here I'm going to add a connection, new OLDB connection. I just have them there, so I'm going to delete it and delete it and delete it. So you should have that, nothing, right? Or you should have the older Adventure Works. So I'm going to go and create a new connection. I'm going to connect to my server. It'll take a little time to connect to the server. Here I'm connected to my server. And the first thing that we're going to do, we are going to connect to the OLTP, the regular database. So for me is demo food inspections. That's the database that I want to connect. And I'm going to say OK and OK. I'm going to go to the bottom and I am going to right click and rename this. So I'm going to call this transactional data source. So that's my OLTP. All right. So now I need to add a connections to the OLAP to my data warehouse. So I'm going to add a new connection, select new, connect to my server. Excuse me. Taking a little while. That we have the connection or not? There you go. So here's our connection. And in the bottom, I'm going to select that food inspection DW, whatever that you call it. I call my demo food inspection DB. DW, you should put whatever that you name it for the data warehouse. So there you go. Okay. Okay. I have both connections. And now I'm going to rename and call this DW destination. So that's the data warehouse destination. So perfect. So now I can start importing, creating tasks using the execute SQL task to create task or queries to do functions inside my tasks, inside my data tools. So the next thing after I have created a connection, right? I'm going to grab a SQL execute here, execute SQL task. So the first thing that I wanted to do, I want to create a task that delete my tables or drop the tables just in case that tables were already there. So it's going to drop the tables before can create a new one. So it's a way to refresh it, clean it, make sure that everything will work fine. Give me a second. The next step will be here. We're going to rename this and we're going to call this delete DW object. All right, so this is going to delete previous object, update it and refresh. The next thing that you need to do, okay, so I have the task, but the task is not doing anything. So I'm just going to go and click edit. I'm going to add a connection to the task. So in my case, the destination. Why is the destination? Because I want to create the new tables in the destination. If you go here to our database, so we already have the tables in our OLTP. We don't need to create anything, but we need to import and create new tables in our DW. So here, I don't have any tables. All right, so it's in our destination. Fine. Now I'm going to go and click in the SQL statement and here in this little square and actually going to paste there the queries that I need, the query to delete an object. So I have created this for you, the drop table. So I'm going to go and copy, and this drop table, what it does is creating a business feature table, a deemed business feature, a deemed food inspection, a deemed violation, and a fact inspection. So, all right, let's copy this, and we're going to go and paste there. Okay, there you go. Okay, perfect. Now that I have done that, I had to go on and create the tables that I want in my data warehouse. For me, I look at all the tables and I came to the conclusion that I needed a business feature because I need to know about how the business, the information about the business, the inspections, the violations that the business have, and then a fact inspection to do some correlation between the DIM and the inspections here. All right, so I'm going to create this other table. So I'm going to grab another task. I'm going to call this dim business features. I'm going to right click, edit. I'm going to add the connection again. I want to go in the destination and I'm going to go and select the statement and I'm going to just go here to my query. And if you are in doubt, remember that when you're doing this, you had to create a key, and we talked about this in class, for your data warehouse. You can just use the keys that you had before from the OLTP because this is a completely new database, right? And you had to find a way that you can connect your DIM tables to the fact table, right? So I'm going to create this, copy, and I'm going to paste. And I gave this business key here, and it's going to to increment the primary key. So perfect. This is like CST 1204. Perfect. Now I just going to go and copy this because I already had the connection. I'm going to paste, going to change to deem food inspection. Deem food inspections. I'm going to right click, edit, and then the connection is already there. The only thing that I'm going to do is change here the query. I'm going to go here, and here I gave a key, food inspection key is auto increment, and that will allow us to create a connection between the DIM tables and the fact tables. Okay, perfect. Go ahead. Okay. Uh, close this up. Next one is the next one is violations. So dim violations, right click, edit, destination, and let's go fix this query. Don't need that. We're gonna go to my Dean violation, copy this, and here I had created a violation key, auto increment, paste it there. Okay, okay, perfect. Now the last one is the fact key, the fact table. The fact table is gonna have three, it's gonna have three foreign keys. So this is not a dim, is a fact. Fact what? Fact inspections. All right, so there you go. We need to now edit, and the destination is here. We're gonna go here and delete that because that's for other key. And actually, I'm gonna go open here, and if I have a few errors here, and if you can see that is there, business key, inspection key of key 123, and here, there, facility. That is some data that is not it's not good. So res cd float zip. Let me see, facility res zip stateful inspection date has a space in there. So you had to call inspection type, flow location, which I know. Okay, so, and in here I have, hopefully everything is good. If it's not working, I'm going to show you another way that you can do. So I'm going to copy this. I have my table and I have my alter table there. Key, name, flow, type, address, city, state, inspection, then special type. How about this one? There is any errors? Okay, well, we'll find out if it's errors. Okay, so I have created all my tables. Now I'm going to connect them. So one can be created after another when we run this. And now that I have connected, the only thing I had to go here to this green arrow and click start debugging. So let's see if I click here, all of them work. So perfect. So I have all my tables created. I am in debug mode. So at run successful, I'm going to come out from debug. And if I go here to my adventure works, let's see if just refresh happen or I had to open it again. Let's go to the demo food inspection DW. Let's go to tables, and there you go. So I have all my tables were created in my data warehouse. Perfect. So I'm going to minimize that. And the next step now, we had to import, right? And what we talk about in class when we were doing this, we run into errors and everything, that we can either do a separate task for each table or you can run them all them together. So I'm just going to go here in my SSIS package. I'm going to select new package and I'm going to call this one import data. All right. So now I'm working with this. I'm going to close all my other windows here. And then I'm going to go import data. And now we're going to go to the second part of our okay. So the first thing that we need to do, we have been working with um, the execute task. correct. This time we're going to use the data flow task, right? And we're going to go and we can rename it to import, all right? And we're going to double click, and here we're going to use these two tools. We're going to use the source assistant. The source assistant is going to define where the data is coming, and the destination will allow us to import that data. So once again, before we can move, if you click in the bottom, since it's a new package, so every time that you create a package, you need to establish the connections. So we're going to go here in the bottom, a new ODB connection. So in this case, I already did my connections to the OLTP here, so I'm going to say OK. I'm going to once again rename transactional data source. So I know that's the database, the regular database, and the other one is to the DW. Let me see. Is the DW correct? So OK, gonna go rename and call this DW destination. Perfect. So I have my connection. Now I can start all my process. All right. So the first thing that I need to do is grab a source assistant. There you go. We're going to use one second. We're going to use the transactional data source. Okay. We're going to right click, edit. And here we're going to pick the first table that we want to work here. If I look here, business feature is the first one. So I'm going to go and grab the business feature. There you go. I'm going to look at the columns, everything. So here, you're going to decide what you're going to import and what you're not going to import. If it is something here that you do not want to import. So if I go to business features, did I add it? Oh, I took it out. So I'm going to take this out because I didn't import that. I didn't import that to my data. So I'm going to take that out. Okay. All right. I'm going to rename this to business features. And now I'm going to grab a destination assistant because the data from here is going to go to the destination, or okay, to the data warehouse. All right. So here it is. So this can be destination business feature. Destination business. Okay. So before I can edit this, I had to make sure that before I added that my transactional database, where the data is coming from, is connected to my destination. So, okay, so we're going to click edit. Is the sources in my destination. I'm going to grab that theme feature table. I'm going to look in the mappings, and is the mappings lining up? Everything seems very nice. So, okay. And fine. Now, in class, we got to this part and I said you do the rest on your own. This is what you can do. You can create one package for each of the tables that you can import, or you can put all of them here. That is a different, you can connect all of them, you cannot connect all of them, is up to you. That is many different ways to do this. This is one way. So I'm just going to grab another destination assistant. This is a transactional. Okay. I'm going to call this, what is the second one that we did here? Let me, one sec. Food inspection. So I'm going to just call this so I know which one each is. Food inspections. All right, and here I'm going to right click, edit. Yes. So I'm going to go and grab the data source food ins final food inspection. No. Food inspection food inspections. Wait 1 second. Which one is this? Food inspections. Violation inspect food inspections. Okay, so 1 second. Final food inspections. That's the violation. I think it's this one. All right. So food inspections. The one is a violation. What is a food inspection? If I drop that violation, food inspection, violation. Okay, and then is the effect. Okay, so this is correct. I'm gonna go look at the mappings. Cancel. We didn't. I'm sorry. Go back. Go back. So we grab this. We edit. We did a connection. I don't think so. Let me delete. I'm sorry. I got lost now. All right, so let's go grab source assistant. Sorry, again. And this is the transactional. Okay, we're gonna rename that food inspections. Right click, edit, and then we're gonna connect to the food inspections. We're not gonna use the final food inspection, just the food inspections. Okay. Now we're gonna grab a destination. Their destination. I'm going to right click, edit, and let's go look for the DIM for inspections. There you go. I'm going to click in the mapping. The mapping's fine. Perfect. So it's working. Now the next one will be violations. Violations. So source assistant. Transactional. Okay. DIM violations. And then edit. Let's go grab that table of food violations. All right, and then we're going to grab a destination assistant. Destination. We're going to write up before we do that. We need to connect because it's not going to find anything. We're going to edit. Here we're going to go and put this in the DIN violation. Click in the mapping. Perfect. Okay, and the last one. So let me put this close. And the last one is transactional. Okay. Fact food inspections. So we're using the food inspection twice as a DIM and as a fact table. All right, so we're gonna go edit food inspections. Okay, let me see the columns. Perfect. We have 1 second. Before we move to this, I had to inspection. Yes, so we should leave that inspection key there. All right. Now we're going to go and grab a destination. Destination. Okay. We're going to go here. We had to connect before we do anything. Right click and edit. Going to go and grab that fact table. Here is where you had to make sure that you connect them by hand. if you don't have them connected. I know that this has the inspection IDs right here, and you don't have these three keys. Remember that we created them only for the data warehouse. So facility type. So you actually had to do this manually. And if you do that manually, okay, it seems like everything is okay. I don't see any not having, let me see. The only ones who should not have is this three because they're the key that being generated by the database. All right. So okay. So now we're gonna go. Let's go across to see which one work, which one don't work. So I'm gonna just debug. Hopefully the mapping work. And yay! Everything works. So everything should be work. So if I get out of my debug, I go into my database. Let's go look at my demo DW. Refresh, obviously. So let's go to my, what is it? Demo DW tables, and I go right click and I say select top. Oh, you see there that the data created, the database created a key and the data has been uploaded. Perfect. Now, if you go here to the diagram, it says create new diagram. Yes, you had to have permission. All right. Add, and close. Let's go do this. Right. And let's go minimize this because it's too big. Okay, so if you go and you can see that we created a fact inspection table and the dim table. So it's kind of start diagram. All right. So I hope you guys that's helpful. And if you have any questions, you know what you have to do. Just send me an email and we can set um, Zoom connection, a meeting. All right. So hopefully everybody this is helpful.